You can be a whore. You can be a lying whore. But don't be a dumb lying whore.
Is that from Benjamin Franklin's Farmer's Almanac? My fucking boot on your neck is everything. To me.
All the kitties and all the turtles. Hey!
Somebody started watching and immediately signed off. Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Kill Ourselves, episode 6. Today we're going to talk about MK Ultra and The Catcher in the Rye. My name is Lord Haw-Haw.
And I'm Tokyo Cunt Punch.
All right, great. So how you doing? What's going on there with the stuff?
They say bad boys are no good. But I will confess that I have a soft spot in my heart-on for bad boys. Okay, whatever. I don't know if jokes format works on here. Like, is this a Norm Macdonald show? I don't know.
You can do whatever. You know, we're just throwing a bunch of fucking, pasta pazul, some gravy against the wall and seeing what sticks on the wall. You know.
Okay.
Maybe some morgatella or some fucking, banoche. Just throw it all against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was fighting with my ex, or this guy I used to fuck, and I was like, how do you know? Da, 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 da. And he was like, because you didn't. Because no matter what, you'll always be my whore.
Oh.
I was like, that is the most romantic thing any man has ever said to me.
That is quite romantic, yeah.
He seriously welled up with tears.
Yeah.
Like, the older I get, the more I realize what matters in life.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were... Okay. You got to tell me when you're doing a thing and when you're actually talking.
I love that you can't tell because it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
I just, builds my self-esteem.
Yeah.
I just feel like... How about you, Choops? How'd you do this week?
Not great, Bob. I had the beast took hold of me tight and tucked me into its bosom and whispered things into my ears, whispered secrets about the workings of the spheres and that, I can't trust anyone and that I don't deserve anything and I shouldn't leave the house and I can't leave the house.
So when you say the beast, you're not talking about your cat. You're talking about the monster that haunts you.
Yes.
You're...
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I'm
okay.
talking
I
about,
always thought you were talking about Risk.
Sometimes I'm talking about Risk, but no, not.
Okay.
Yeah. Risk can't whisper shit,
Had me fooled.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's been happening.
Why don't you ever put me on the phone with the beast? Let
My
me
life
have a
is
talk.
a William Blake fucking painting sometimes, and it's not good. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. It's nothing. I was supposed to go to dinner last night with some friends, and I couldn't. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't even let me get out of bed. I couldn't do it. I think the only reason I'm sitting here tonight is I took 0.3 grams of psilocybin.
God, I wish I could take credit for being the person that you want to see.
And let me tell you, psilocybin and driving, no jiving. That's not a good thing for me. It don't mix for me. I shouldn't do it, but oh man, it's fun. It's real fun. It's real good.
I think I did mushrooms for 7 days straight a couple years ago, and then I just didn't do them.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but you're not really supposed to do anything.
I'm the queen of...
You're the yes queen, right?
Fucking trash.
Yeah. The trash queen. The rat king.
I'm looking to scroll.
Somebody was telling me about a rat king. Will you tell me about a rat king?
No, that was the beast, I think.
Okay.
And by the way, when the beast doesn't let you out, do you text these people and just say, hey, the beast sends his condolences?
No, the beast does not let me reply. That's why when you don't hear from me for days, it's the beast.
You should really write a treatment, like a little sitcom about the beast. I think that'd be fucking great.
The beast is not that entertaining, He's very unentertaining. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're doing this. I could say that because I'm on mushrooms.
So am I that fucking lame for you?
No, you're not lame. I think sometimes our sometimes our narcissistic personality disorders clash. You know, and
is that what you were saying the other night when you were like, you thought we're like cats?
yeah, you know how like two adult cats you can't introduce. In order to introduce them to one another, you gotta like keep them in adjoining rooms for 5 days and wrap one in a towel and then take the towel and wrap the other one in the fucking towel. You know, like that's what you and I have to do. I think sometimes.
I like that. That's funny. Yeah. See, sometimes too, like when you're like, I'm not sure, I can't promise. I'm like, oh, same. I can't promise either. I like to like fucking right back, you know?
No, I know.
But then I have to remember and have compassion for you because you're seriously afflicted. You're the most kill ourselves person of this podcast.
That's true, yeah.
So I have to remember that when I get one, I get.
Okay, well, that's good. Appreciate that. So sometimes, plus, you know, you've never met a hand you haven't bitten, right? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't bite you that hard. I mean, you should see me when I'm really...
No, I know. I've seen it. I've seen you bite other people's hands, you know?
Why doesn't anybody like to bite? All I'm trying to do is recreate my childhood with my mother when we fought like cats and dogs, and I felt love that way. That's how I felt love, is when I fight with somebody. But nobody wants to fucking rumble. Nobody wants to fucking rumble.
No.
It's like I'm in a foreign country and I scream fuck you to my sister on the street when I see her randomly, and she just ignores me and keeps walking with her boyfriends. It's like nobody wants to rumble.
That's so sad.
It's like
so sad.
I just want somebody to fight me. Yeah. That's what I want. I want somebody to fight for me.
But you yelled at her. She didn't say hi or something?
We were fighting.
Oh, you were fighting.
It was very romantic. Now we have this great romantic story about like Scotland. Yeah. It's like I want to say fuck you to everybody that I love in every country. Like I want to have a real good fight. But that was one of the things that really bothered me about my first boyfriend. He had no fucking passion. He never wanted to fight. It's just like, are you a person or are you a fucking like Care Bear? I just don't understand.
You're a Steel Town girl on a Saturday night. Looking for the fight of her life.
I like cacti. I like fucking porcupines. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so this guy, he's always got these wise... He's always got these wise things to say that kind of make up for the fact that he stole money from me. Okay. Like...
at least you have an arch nemesis. He's your arch nemesis. You can focus your fucking rage at him. Don't focus it fucking at me, you know? Focus it at him.
Listen, you were once...
I don't have an arch nemesis.
You don't realize how lucky you were to be the beneficiary of my nemesis item or whatever. Mm-hmm. But... all right, so anyways, he was giving me this wise sayings. He was like, you can be a whore, you can be a lying whore, but don't be a dumb lying whore.
Is that from Benjamin Franklin's Farmer's Almanac?
He said, do your research. I was like, hold on. Are you trying to... I was like, hold on. Are you trying to be a comedian? I think there's a premise in there somewhere.
Early to bed and early to rise, you filthy fucking whore.
He thinks he thinks he's Iceberg Slim. The other day he goes to me, you obviously can't be trusted if you're running your mouth to me. The most important thing about a good whore is discretion. A, I'm pretty sure your dick sucking skills are the most important thing about being a good whore. Yeah. And B, I said, like, what is your obsession with this idea of being a good whore? Like, so many mommy issues. Right. Wait, he, I'm going to keep going here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had to add, hey guys, I had to learn how to sprinkle premises or premisi into my jokes.
You look at me. You're looking at the screen. You're talking to the people. Oh no, you're looking at the camera. Okay, I'm insane. Sorry. I don't know I don't know who's looking at what. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I feel like I can look at you or I can look at the screen.
You can look at the camera. Yeah.
I'm looking at like good. Your fucking our derelict followers. Hey guys, that's a compliment. Sometimes people surprise us. People we think we know. Yes. Here I was thinking he was trying to insult me, right? And he was just being protective of me. I said, what is your, obsession with this idea of being a good whore? He said, because you're not good at anything else. So I'm trying to teach you to actually be mediocre at your one chance of not being a bloated Jane Doe corpse in the LA River. Now, even a whore, especially a bad whore, needs protection sometimes.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think that's love. Like when you want to kill someone and you fantasize about them being dead, bloated corpse in a river. He had me thinking, like, is this the one? But let's stick to the facts, okay? The LA River isn't that deep. Anyone who's seen it knows it's like a foot deep. So I said to him, you can be a loser, you can be a dumb loser, but don't be a lazy dumb loser. Do your research.
You could drive by and see like fucking assholes with undercuts kayaking by.
The point is that they drowned because they did not know how to swim. Okay, or like they were fucking killed and thrown in the river. Either way, they didn't drown because the LA River is anything like the Mississippi River. It's like 1 foot deep.
But he didn't say you would drown. He said they'd find your bloated corpse, which would happen if somebody killed you and then threw you in the river.
Listen.
Yeah.
Facts are many. The truth is one.
Okay.
Facts are the enemy.
All right.
Of truth.
I know somebody who might be looking for a new press secretary. Play your cards right. Yeah.
That's
topical, right?
Yeah. That saying, surround yourself with people that reflect who you want to be and how you want to feel?
No.
Like energies are contagious?
No.
Well, I finally got him to tell...
I don't read bullshit. But no, continue. Yeah.
I finally got him to tell me he'd marry me. And I was like, why would I want to marry a broke-ass, retarded ex-model? And then I was like, so you think we should get married? I got to work on the premise on that one.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of lost me there.
No worries.
These are, yeah.
I don't fucking know. Okay, here's a good one. I'm an attention whore, I'm a regular whore, and apparently I'm an indoor whore. Let me explain. An indoor whore is a whore who the whoree does not wish to be seen in public with. Whoree, like that? Whoree?
Sure. It's great.
People live paycheck to paycheck. I live one dick to the next.
Okay, I like that.
I'm a hooker that sells hooker jokes, not just pussy. Got a wide range of things for sale in my
Somebody was telling me they would like that on a T-shirt, that if you have more than 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, who? Do you know? Can you say?
Louisa said that.
Oh, did she watch this?
Yeah.
Louisa, can I tell you? Okay, sorry.
Don't be telling people things. I'll be telling people things.
All right, fine.
You fuck. Yeah.
I believe it was Henry David Thoreau that said, that man is richest whose pleasures are cheapest. This guy offered me $40 to tie me up and pee on me. Don't worry, it's just money that he stole from me.
Yep.
I was like, you realize if you pee on me, you technically own me, right? I made him Venmo me the money up front. You guys have no faith in me. Do what you love and the money will come. I don't know. These need to be reconstructed. I'm working on this shit.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
They're ambitious.
That's all I fucking got.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all the material I got from this piece of shit that likes to tear me down. But it's like 5 minutes worth of material, I feel like.
Did he really say the Ben Franklin thing?
No, I added that. That was my touch.
Okay, I like that. That's good. Yeah.
Ben Franklin, you mean Henry David Thoreau?
No, not that. The first thing. The you could be a stupid whore some of the time, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Did he say that? He said that.
Okay, that's good.
And I tried to come back with
Yeah.
like, you could be a loser, you could be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
dumb loser. Fucking drowning me in the LA bloated corpse in the LA
Yeah.
River. Like, why don't you go stick me in the fucking Elysian Park pond? I mean,
Right.
it's a fucking joke.
Because that's right near the police academy, which I know because I went to the fucking police academy.
Did we have like the best times on Echo Park Lake? That was like one of the best nights ever.
We
that
did.
was so ridiculous.
Actually, I was gonna play in commemoration of that. I was gonna play fucking Sugar Bear. Fucking
Why?
Someone Saved My Life. Don't you remember?
I
Someone
remember
Saved
you
My Life
singing that.
Tonight. That's our song. Sugar Bear. Fucking Elton John.
I don't remember that. I remember that song being like a thing.
Yeah.
Did we have a song? Wow.
I guess that's our. You know, if we have a song. That's
Very
the fucking
romantic.
one. You know,
Okay.
that's the fucking one. What else would it be? Fucking Barbie Girl by Aqua. I don't think so.
Yeah, Barbie
All right.
Hooker,
Yeah.
I think. Oh my god, I wish they had a Barbie Hooker. That would be so dope.
You know, I took a copyright law class, and in the mock trial, I had to defend Aqua because they were being sued by Mattel.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And I won because I always win.
You
when I
always
do
win the mock trials?
I always win the mock trials. The thing,
That one?
I was going to say something about stuff. Oh, yeah. No, the Beast, right?
What's the? Can you do an imitation of the Beast's voice?
You can't go out today. Lord Haw-Haw cannot come out to play. He cannot go out today. He's kind of like a cross between Satan and Anthony Hopkins, you know.
Uh-huh.
He wants a room with a view. He wants to see a tree. Clarice, do you hear the lambs, Clarice? You know, kind
I
of thing.
like it.
Yeah. Ah, very good stuff. Ah! Right. It was a simpler time, like when I had an abusive girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
because then she becomes the beast, and it simplifies your life, you know, because it's like then the beast. Because without that, the beast has to be me,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if she's the beast, that takes a lot of weight off my fucking plate, you know,
Right.
and weight off my shoulders.
Then you don't have to sabotage the thing.
A lot of bacon off my plate.
Yeah.
So.
It's a lot of pig ears off your plate.
It's a lot of running around. It's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of fucking. It's a lot of getting hit with table legs.
See, that's the thing. It's like, remember that ex who stabbed you? Like, I think that was love.
That's what I'm talking about.
So you got, like, I like to fight.
Yeah.
I
No, because I can tell you, if I'm in a relationship and there's no fighting, it means I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
That
how
means
you feel about our friendship.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you want to fight? Because you're way low on the totem pole. You don't get to fight with me. You're way down here, just so you understand. There will be no fighting in this friendship.
He-Man and She-Ra were twins, separated at birth,
Mm-hmm.
and She-Ra was kidnapped by Hordak and raised in the Fright Zone, while He-Man was kept by his parents, King Randor and fucking what's-her-face.
Mm.
You know, so it's very similar to my own story. You know, as a twin separated at birth, I'm She-Ra.
Why, who's your
basically.
twin?
My fucking twin sister.
I didn't know you had a fucking twin sister.
You've done this many.
I did not know.
Maybe you should fucking clean the LSD out of your ears. All right.
Yeah, I mean, anything
Yeah.
you told me when I was on LSD, I mean, you really can't even expect.
That's like half the time I've known you. You were on LSD.
But I've been good these last couple months, haven't I?
Oh, look, I don't give a shit if you do LSD
Since
or not.
August.
You know, you can do it. You could not do it. It don't matter to me. You know, it's pretty. It's not that the results are not that different. Although I guess you can't remember stuff. But
I didn't know you had a twin sister. Oh, wait. I know you have a sister, but I didn't know she was your twin.
I have two sisters, but
You
one of
do?
them- yeah, I have three fucking and a brother and fucking but I have a twin
I thought
sister.
you were an only child.
Yeah, I was. And I was adopted, and I have a biological family that I met up with in my 20s.
Yeah, look, okay, like I think you clearly need like to hand a thesis to anyone that you're trying to tell your family history to. It's
Yeah.
very confusing.
No, I know.
It's a lot.
No, I was given up at birth, and my sister was kept
yeah.
by her mother.
Oh yeah, okay, that I
Yeah,
remember.
Okay. Yeah. How
But-
do you remember that and not the fucking that I have a twin sister?
Well, because I didn't realize it was a twin. I don't know. It rings faint bells.
Okay.
I'm just very fucking. I'm not good at remembering shit. I need to take notes. There's people that I know that take notes on all kinds of shit, and then they pull it up and read it so that they can remember it. Like, that would have been a fact worthy of writing down so that I don't fucking forget it if I was the kind of person that took notes on people in their contacts. But I feel like that's kind of weird, isn't it?
That is weird. That's something weird people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a politician, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. Don't do it in front of people, you know?
No.
And it helps you have an assistant who can like whisper the things in your ear. It's better if you have an assistant who can remember these things for you. You know, like, hey, Bob has like 3 children and, you know, his grandmother lives alone. Be like, hey, Bob, how's your grandmother doing who lives alone? I heard she doesn't have a dog. I'm not going to break in or anything, you know? So.
What's up with guys saying they cooked a pizza when they just heated it up? It's like when I tell a client that I love them. It's just a lie.
Okay. Sure. I gotcha.
I think it's fucked up that people tell me or tell people to make music for them, make music that makes them happy. Because if I made the music for myself that I would want to make, nobody would want to listen to it. Like, I want to make the music that, like, that guy on Ace Ventura, Ray Finkel. Remember Ray Finkel?
I don't.
He's got like "Die Dan Die" written all over his wall and like laces out everywhere because he like lost the football championship.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I remembered nothing.
Okay, well, like horror theme music, like the music that like fucking what's his name, Anthony Hopkins would listen to while swallowing a spleen and washing it down with some fava beans.
Okay.
And nobody would
probably just be listening to like Rachmaninoff's.
Exactly.
Something.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Nah, that's not true. That doesn't really work.
Okay.
How can we both agreed to that? Was that in the movie? Because I was thinking that too. I was like, he'd be listening to classical music.
Yeah, he'd be listening to something real fancy. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did I tell you about I was sucking this William Morris cock the other day, because I like to get that agency cock in there every once in a while to spice things up. I think I did tell you. And then he was like, I was like, it's so big, and he was like, it's not that big, and it was like right in the middle of everything, and it really fucking pissed me off because he couldn't let me have that fantasy. You know, he couldn't let me get through my disappointment with a little bit of denial.
Right.
But on the flip side, I will say it is nice to meet an honest agent in Hollywood.
Okay. It's cute. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
If another person fucking talks about vibes, I'm going to kill them.
Who's doing that?
It's everywhere. I can't take it anymore.
What is this, the 70s? What? I don't know.
Ocean vibes. It's just the ocean.
Who said
it's like
that?
Sunday vibes. It's just Sunday. It's just Sunday. It's like all over fucking Instagram.
Oh, that's a new thing that they're saying.
Like vibes, mood.
Like, this dog picture is everything. Something is everything.
Yeah.
It's like, my fucking boot on your neck is everything. To me. Maybe not to you, but to me. So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How many babies do you have to sacrifice to get to the center of a Royal Tootsie Pop? 3.
Is that true?
Yes. Maybe it was the Aztecs. I don't know. I forget if the Mayans. I'm gonna make a drink.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna have a drink.
I'm an attention. Music break. I'm an attention whore, I'm a regular whore, and all the comedians at the Comedy Store are fatherly to hookers, but I think that's just 'cause they can't afford me.
Sounds like a Sheryl Crow number.
My neck is killing me, I can't roll it to the right, I think I slept weird or I sucked a cock weird. Hey, will you call me Toke sometimes, or Tokemon?
Tokemon.
For short.
All right, I'll call you. You started to text me that at one point. You're like, here's the nicknames that are okay to call me. I'm just like,
You're like, this is
Threw
gonna
the
be
phone in a bush.
annoying.
Here are the
Tokimon,
names that are acceptable. Call me.
Tokimon, Tokes.
I believe it was Jean-Jacques Rousseau who said, I want to soak up the sun, and I want to tell everyone to lighten up. That's right. You know?
Okay.
And never were truer words more spoken.
What is more annoying than looking for parking when you're trying to fuck someone? Am I right, ladies?
It's true.
It's like, you want to park your dick in my vagina? Like, figure out where I can put my fucking car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Mark Maron. That was cool. I felt like a little ting of like sexual attraction to him, which was kind of fucked up because I know he has a girlfriend.
Why is it everything you do is fucked up? First of all, you know? And what?
I was like, hey, Mark, like you, I'm a pioneer.
Yeah. And also, you grew up in Los Angeles, so he's famous, so it's like.
Yeah, but it's like he's not my typical type of guy. Like he's probably like almost 60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
he's like 50 something, and I don't normally like
rich
guys
and
that
famous is your.
I don't.
You know?
No, I don't. I'm not attracted to rich and famous. Like not sexually. Maybe just like, what can you do for me?
Right.
But I was like into him. I don't know what it was.
Right.
I think it's because he's so fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get his stand-up at all.
He like just sat down. Like I watched him. I don't know.
Like he'll just be like, I went to go buy a fucking Captain Beefheart record, and it's like it's not even a funny story, and I'm like, why are you a thing?
I think because he's like just spent years like, just being himself. So people it's just like the people just come to see him be himself. It's like they just like hanging out with him. Like that's how they hang out with him.
I can do that when I'm in hell. You know what I mean? There'll be plenty of time to do that when I'm in hell.
Did I talk about how when I'm not sucking cock for money that I'm a musician yet on here?
Maybe. No.
Okay, well, because I was like, I ran into this
Excuse me, Jesus.
friend of mine who whoa, that just hit me. Just kidding. And she was like, she heard some of my songs. She was like, you have such a good voice. You should really pursue that. And I was like, but I'm such a good hooker. Like, I feel like that would be a waste of my talent. You know?
Yeah.
And also, singing for me is a very innocent thing. It brings me joy. I wouldn't want to do that, like, and try to make money doing it because it would pollute that thing for me.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. All right. It has nothing to do with the fact that the music industry is virtually non-existent these days.
It was, part of the reason I was just thinking tonight why I've started doing comedy is because it's something to do at night.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't really do much with the music. It's like, because it is so hard. It's like you're alone and then you're trying to sell something to like hardly anybody. Let's kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we?
.gov. So maybe it's time I should start talking about The Catcher in the Rye and MK Ultra.
All right.
I'm going to read you a little passage here. Okay. I'll read you a little passage. Have you ever read Catcher in the Rye?
Yes.
Okay. I have not. And I will never read it. I will never read it.
Are you a snob?
No, I think they tried to make us read it in our high school, and I never read what they wanted. I think I left at high school or I didn't read it.
God, you love books, though. It's such a classic.
I like Salinger. I like his other books. I don't care to go back and read a book about
ducks.
A fucking 16-year-old screaming about a neurotic, rich 16-year-old in New York screaming about ducks, and
Oh, was he rich?
I don't know. All those characters in those books tend to be well off. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
I don't remember that. Okay.
He went to a boarding school, so.
Oh.
So anyway, I've never read it, and also the reason I will never read it is because it's how they get you, it's how they control you. It's a trigger.
And
it's an assassin trigger.
Really?
Yeah, and I will lay this case out for you here. I'm going to lay out what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out the facts, and then it's up to you to connect them or leave them be by the side of the road.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a little. Anyway, I keep picturing all these little kids playing some game in this big field of rye and all. Thousands of little kids in it. Nobody's around. Nobody's big. I mean, except me. And I'm standing on the edge of some crazy cliff. And what I have to do, I have to catch everybody if they start to go over the cliff. I mean, if they're running and they don't look where they're going, and I have to come out from somewhere and catch them. That's all I do all day. I'd just be the catcher in the rye and all. That's all. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing I'd really like to be. So, that's the fucking, that's a little thing from Catcher in the Rye. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of MK? Have you heard of MK Ultra?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what MK Ultra is.
It's a plan that the government. It's basically LSD. It's what the government used to call LSD before it was LSD.
Fairly correct. It stands for Mind Control Ultra, but control with a K.
And
we'll
they
get
wanted
into why.
And they wanted to give it to people on the street to fuck them up and try to control society, right?
Kind of. They wanted a way that they could mind control people and a way that they could have spies and assassins that could suddenly have amnesia and not remember anything, and that could be triggered.
Oh.
Sleeper assassins that could be triggered and do stuff, and then they wouldn't remember anything, so there'd be no tracing it back to any kind of government agency. And LSD was part of it, but there were other aspects of it as well. LSD was the main part of it because they thought they could use LSD to control people's minds, and they tested it. And this is MK Ultra is a real thing. It's documented. They tested it on their own people. They tested it on a guy, Frank Olson, who was scientist for the government, and he was doing germ biological warfare, and he was started to have doubts about it. So they're like, well, let's try it on him because he's starting to look real pink all of a sudden, So they tried it on him, and he killed himself by jumping out of a 15-story window in New York City. But he didn't. Actually, the CIA killed him. They threw him out a window.
Oh, wow.
It was later,
I
much.
think I saw a documentary about
Wormwood.
this. Okay.
Yes, that was about that. Yeah. So, so that was a thing. And they tested it. First, they tested it on their own people, which was weird because it'd be you'd work at the CIA or whatever, and you'd go to work and you'd sit down in the fucking break room and have your coffee and a bagel. And then you'd see guys in clipboards writing stuff down in lab coats, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, I broke the because they'd have dosed your coffee, And that's
crazy.
And then eventually they realized, wait a minute, let's just use this on prisoners. So they tested it on prisoners. Most famous prisoner was Whitey Bulger. Some people argue that Charles Manson may have been one of them because they did do testings at the prison that he was at the time in the late 50s. And this was a lot of LSD. It wasn't just hey, it's 4 hits of LSD. It was they didn't know how much to give people. They just gave them a fucking probably 4 sheets worth of LSD at one time. They don't know, So, so that is what MK Ultra is. Okay, back to Catcher in the Rye. There were 3 Catcher in the Rye assassinations in the history of time. Okay, there was Mark David Chapman in 1981 or 1980, I forget. He showed up outside of the Dakota building with a .38 revolver and a copy of Catcher in the Rye, and he shot John Lennon. Okay, and he was inspired by the book. He actually thought that when he killed John Lennon, that the body would dissolve and that he would jump into the pages of the book like Gumby. And when that didn't happen, he was very surprised.
Whoa, so he was doing LSD.
No, he was just fucking crazy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he did it when he was younger, but
wow,
he was just cuckoo town.
Okay.
And then in not even that long later, 2 years later or something, John Hinckley, as kind of a reaction to that, also he became obsessed with Catcher in the Rye. He also became obsessed with Jodie Foster after seeing the film Taxi Driver, where she plays a young prostitute. You ever see Taxi Driver?
No.
Okay. Jodie Foster's 14 or something. She plays a
I gotta see that.
Yeah, prostitute. And he shot Ronald Reagan in order to impress her. He thought it would impress her. And he thought that the book wanted him to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. Same thing. 38 revolver. Okay. Then
is the 38 revolver in the book?
Nope.
Oh,
there's no murdering in the book whatsoever.
That's what I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
So, and then in 1989, there was a sitcom called My Sister Sam on CBS, and there was an actress, Rebecca Schaefer. She'd been struggling in L.A. for a while. She was like, I don't know, 22 years old. And she finally got a role in the sitcom. They had one season of it. It was pretty successful. And this guy named Robert John Bardot was obsessed with Catcher in the Rye and her. And he showed up. He figured out where she lived in L.A., and he showed up on her doorstep with a 38 revolver and a copy Catcher in the Rye, and he murdered her.
Jesus.
So there's 3 of those known things, right? So that's the thing with Catcher in the Rye. There's something in it. I mean, you could say that those last 2 were maybe copycat to some degree, but there's something in it that lunatics see that drives them to murder. And not just murder, but like assassination murder, you know?
Do you think that maybe the first murder with the guy holding the book set those people, you know what I'm saying? So it was sort of like a snowball effect, if you will?
Copycat.
Yeah.
What you're saying. Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very, very possible.
Do you like my shrewd detective skills there?
I do, yeah. I'm laying out the facts, and I'm going to let folks... now, let's get into fucking Operation Paperclip, okay? Do you know what Operation Paperclip is?
No.
Operation Paperclip was a United States military operation that started right as World War II was ending in Germany, because Germany had the best fucking scientists and doctors and shit, okay? They had rocket scientists, and the U.S. was like, we got to get these fucking guys before the Soviets get them, because we don't want them developing shit for the Soviets. Because Germany had some smart motherfuckers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the most famous of these is Werner von Braun, who was a rocket scientist who developed the V-2 rocket, which was this rocket that, like, they used to barrage London. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it was so fast that you didn't even hear it. It would just, you'd be dead, and then people would hear it after you died. And so he's the guy that eventually got America on the moon. He basically built NASA. NASA was basically all built by Nazis originally. It was all Nazis. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he was a war criminal. Like all of his labs and all of his shit was built by Jews who were forced into slave labor, and most of them died. People who were like died in the world Nazis were not allowed to come to America, but that organization, which would become the CIA, wiped their backgrounds, made them squeaky clean. There were some doctors, and not just rocket scientists, but psychiatrists and stuff, who were in the SS, who were so fucked up that even the government could have washed their backgrounds. They went to work at a place called Camp King, which was a military base in Germany, okay, which started in 1945 in Heidelberg, I think. And it was basically the first CIA black site. That's where MK Ultra started. That's why it's called Mind Control with a K, because it was Nazis who fucking started doing it. Fucked up Nazis that they wouldn't even allow over here, you know.
But why the K?
Because control in German is keep with a K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. Also, J.D. Salinger, young J.D. Salinger, went to fight in World War II. And then after the war ended, he signed on to do, I think, either 6 months or a year of Army intelligence work. I think he was stationed, it's classified exactly where he served, but he was stationed in that area, you know, so he very well may have been at that base where the Nazis were developing fucking mind control shit, you know. And granted, that's where they started developing it, you know. Mm-hmm. But he was a military intelligence asset, and who knows, when his military service ended, he might have had nothing to do with the military forever then on. But one thing we do know is that the CIA was very involved in the literary world in the 1950s and 60s. They funded the Paris Review. They funded all the journals of note because they wanted to control the cultural zeitgeist.
Right.
You know, like they wanted to, you know, obviously communism is left wing, but they figured if we can control the left wing media, then we can veer it away from Soviet communism towards something less harmful.
Right.
You know. So if they were that involved in the literary world, I don't know, they might have recruited Salinger, who once worked for military intelligence, to do something for them. Who knows? It's possible. Okay. And again, these are reaches, but
Yeah.
I'm laying out the fucking shit
Okay.
for you folks, you know,
Yeah.
for the kids.
Okay.
And so yeah, that is the fucking case.
And what is the conclusion that you would like us to draw from this?
Well, I'm not going to go as far as to draw it myself, but I could say one could say that perhaps Catcher in the Rye was written in such a way, certain people who have certain unhinged kinds of minds, it was written in a subliminal way to unlock something in their brain, awaken something in their mind, to make them sleeper agents, to make them assassins, to make them murderers. And I'm not saying that the government did this with like, oh, we're going to have them shoot Reagan in 20 years, or we're going to have them fucking try to kill John Lennon. The MK Ultra was not like the most fucking sophisticated program. It was like, hey, let's give a bunch of LSD to people. Let's see what happens.
Right.
Like it wasn't the most precise thing. So if they were to create these like fucking using subliminal messages to create sleeper agent assassins, it would be stupid. You know, it would be in a stupid thing where like 20 years later, they have a bunch of people doing dumb shit, you know? They were just kind of, again, like we're doing, they were just throwing the farfalla and the reditori against the wall and just seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
With some, maybe some gravy and some Alfredo sauce, just throwing it up.
Some more burrata.
Yep, some burrata.
Squash blossoms.
Some gabagool. With the gabagool in there, you know?
Pecorinos.
Fucking pepperoncini. Know what I'm saying? Nah. Ooh, yeah, girl. Chache.
I was recently educated on the story of Lorena Bobbitt, which a lot of kids today don't know the story of. I always thought that she actually bit down on his dick, but it turns out she actually used a knife to cut his dick off and then threw it out of a window when she was driving down a highway.
Oh, I thought she threw it out the window of the house. I didn't know
she was driving and she, because there was a comedian.
How did they find it then?
A comedian said that she must have had like 20/20 dick vision because she drove around and she was able to locate the fucking dick that she'd thrown over to the side of the fucking road. I mean, into a wilderness, I think.
Okay. You're going to too many comedy things, man. You're getting all of your like news and facts from like Jimmy the scumbag at the Chuckled Chancellery, you know?
Yeah. I like that. Chuckle Chancellery.
Yeah.
What's a chancellery?
I think it's like where the chancellor goes to take some shits.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not. Who has a chancellor? Germany had one. They don't have one anymore.
I don't really know.
Chancellor Palpatine.
I mean, you're probably the only person that's ever used that word with me.
He was a guy. Yeah.
I feel like I maybe read it like
it's where the chancellor lives or works or both.
Oh yeah, I read it once or twice in a fucking history book, I think.
I wish I didn't do podcasts. I could listen to more podcasts. I can't do it, you know. It's hard for me to do.
Why? Because you do podcasts?
Yeah.
I still listen to.
I don't want to get tainted. I don't want to get tainted.
That's ridiculous.
And I also sometimes I get upset.
Nobody
more
would
successful podcasts.
Okay, that I can understand.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be tainted. You're like so not that kind of person.
No, I'm very easily influenced by other media. I once applied to med school just because I watched MASH for a weekend.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm very easily influenced by media, and then I forget about shit. I sometimes I forget about stuff I see, and then later I think about it, and I think it's my own thoughts. You know, it happens all the fucking time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you remember that goth girl that we were talking about? Like maybe it was the last episode.
Yes, I do. The one, not the one with the tits in the fucking bathtub. The other one.
Tits in the bathtub. Tits in the bathtub.
Tits in the bathtub. Tits in the bathtub. They're like fucking Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Tits in the bathtub. Tits. Get your guitar. Get your guitar. Tits in the bathtub. You know.
I don't want to be racist, but she was a goth chick.
Right.
She was goth.
Okay.
She was standing. You know what bothered me about it? It was just like, she was like, just admit that you're a prostitute. You know, this guy that tricked me into fucking him 4 times?
Yeah.
That's a thing. That happens. It is a thing. It's like a classic thing. It's like you can't trick someone into fucking you 3 times. You can't trick someone into fucking
a magical goblin from a fairy tale? How does he trick you into, you know?
It's a thing. I've heard about this. It's a phenomenon that happens. It's like it doesn't happen 5 times. It doesn't happen 3 times. It's like this weird thing where they do it 4 times. It's like this weird. I feel like there's like got to be a spell that he used. Anyways,
did you bring him his gold before midnight? Did you drop a basket of shoes outside of his doorstep?
He's a member of the Satanic Temple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
He's got like the beast in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the beast was involved.
In a sexual way.
Yeah.
He's got the beast.
Yeah. I think the beast was working for him. But anyway, yeah, it was weird because I was talking to her and it's just like, I don't know. It bothered me that she was like, you're just a prostitute. Just have some dignity and admit that. And it bothered me because like she just, I don't know. I feel like there's girls that like have a certain look to them. Like I feel like I'm the type of girl that a guy will want to take advantage of. I mean as I get older, that's thankfully becoming less and less, but like this girl in particular was not, she didn't look like the type of girl that a guy would want to like pull the wool over her eyes. You know, she had that going for her. She wasn't ugly. She's not ugly. She just like she doesn't look like the type of girl that would be dumb enough to be getting into hoodwinks. But I'm not saying that. I'm just being self-deprecating. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? And it's like those type of girls who always want to like shame the woman that's like fucking having to suck dick to get their music videos done.
Right. Well, it's like you're not going to pull the wool over the eyes of like Marla Singer from Fight Club, you know?
She's
fucking
definitely not that hot.
Carter. Okay.
She's not. I mean, that woman is fucking. But that's like not, top of my list of like hot
that's
chicks.
Not like the kind of woman.
She's not even goth. That woman. That woman was just a fucking asshole. She's not goth.
Yeah, that's why fucking Tim Burton married her, dude. She's goth.
She's not goth.
She's so goth.
Is she really?
Yeah, but Tim Burton married her, for fuck's sake.
But not in that movie, she's not goth.
No, she's pretty, I mean, she's like...
She just smokes and goes to fucking AA meetings. She's not like walking around listening to Susie and the Banshees.
She's like deathy. She's got the crazy fur from the thrift store. She's got wears the furs. She got the, you know...
I don't think that's goth. That's like not, stylish. Okay,
that's not goth, but that's like...
Goth is like you have...
Might as well be goth.
Goth is like you have a nose ring and like you have like, you know, you dye your hair black. You like wear black fucking...
Marla Singer dyed her hair black.
Okay, you wear like fucking bracelets that look like they smell because you never take them off because you like shower in them. Like you have a smell to you. She does not like...
I don't know where you've been getting your fucking goth club
I was goth when I was like 14. I was like a goth for a year.
Okay.
Whatever.
Goth for a year. Coming this fall to ABC.
Yeah, I mean, I went there. I had a coffin in my room. Yeah. I had bats fucking hanging from my ceiling. I had fucking, you know, glow-in-the-dark stickers on the wall and fucking skulls and fucking
I think you're
goblets.
Confusing goth with Halloween.
I got all my shit at
You're confusing goth with the Halloween store,
no,
I think.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Wow. Oof,
I got a lot of my shit at a store called Necromance on Melrose.
I'm familiar with Necromance.
And that is not a Halloween store.
Okay.
I got fucking what are they called? Fucking corsets and all that dumb shit.
Right.
You know, purple satin with the fucking black lace ups and all the fucking, you know, I don't know.
Nobody cares enough to doubt anybody's goth cred, okay, in this world, all right?
I need to make sure that people know, like, the source is educated
Did
here.
you get bang highlights or something?
No, my hair looks like shit. I fucking cut it.
Bang highlights.
No, my hair's growing out.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it looks good.
That's because I have a hat on.
No, I mean, the bangs look interesting with the black and the white.
I don't know if I'm going to accept that, but thank you.
All right. You know what? I went out of my way to make a compliment to somebody, and I regret it.
Hey.
So I'm not going to do it again.
I'm sorry. It's very
So there you
difficult
go.
for me to
Yeah.
take fucking compliments.
Me too. You know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Should we like try to like improvise a "Let's Kill Ourselves" song as we go? What were those lyrics that you sent me for "Let's Kill Ourselves"?
I don't remember.
Okay, sing.
I'm not going to sing right now.
Why?
Because I need my keyboard. You know. I need my
Come
stuff.
on.
Yeah. You're the singer. I'm not the
All
singer.
right, fucking rap.
A
Let me
rap, a rap, a rappity rap, rap,
Let
a
me
hap,
see.
cap, nap, rappy rap. I'm a rap. I bet you didn't know white dads can rap, but we can. And now we're gonna slit your throat. I bailed out halfway through that.
Did I
so
just ruin my like hip hop cred?
I think you did.
Fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, you've spent a long time building that. But hey, you know.
That's what I mean. I was raised on Sesame Street.
Oh really? I thought they bulldozed Sesame Street. You were raised on Sesame Street.
I would watch.
That's in Queens. I thought you grew up here.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'd watch a lot of Sesame Street.
I did too.
Come on, guys. Let's kill ourselves for everyone and all the kids everywhere. Let's kill ourselves. It's the best thing we can do for the environment. Hey.
I've always thought about getting a puppet.
Hey, Lord.
Hmm.
Do people ever confuse you with the Lord with an E on the end of it?
Yes, they do.
Sings about royals.
All the time. She's isn't she the Rubenesque woman who sings that people like?
She's very skinny.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
Adele?
Adele. I'm thinking of Adele.
Oh, let's kill ourselves for all the guys and all the boys and girls in the world. Hey!
All the goys and all the boys.
I messed that up, but I tried to say it.
All the goys.
For all the pimps and all the hoes. All the kitties and all the turtles. Hey!
Somebody started watching and immediately signed off. So that happened.
So mean.
That happened.
They didn't like my raps?
I guess not.
Wow.
They didn't
I see
like
how it
Yo
is.
MTV raps. All right, let's
right.
fucking wrap this shit up, and then maybe if we have time to fucking sit around and go bring the fucking keyboard over.
Can we get hostile towards the audience for leaving us and joining us? Like,
Sure.
as
Yeah, I don't
such?
give a shit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right.
Fuck your whole family.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Let's. We're done.
You'll never work in this town again. You'll never work in
I
this.
want to know who it was, and they better write us a fucking apology excuse letter.